Product of my own place. Cyrus crime, cold case. Every time I see an op, I see my own face. Is that my own hate? Or God trying to set my soul straight? You either in that movie or you watching it. None of this designer shit be feeling like accomplished. Busy, got no time.
First and foremost, everything like battle rap isn't like the tell-all, be-all of the world. You feel me? Like, some stuff is bigger than battle rap. You know what I mean? And anybody that follow with me or like keep up with me, you know what I mean? Like, they know that I got a lot more going on than just battle rap. Like, as far as real life, as far as, you know what I mean? Like, the stuff I've been through, the stuff I've been, you know what I mean, a part of, and whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So, before you just assume, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think everybody at the point know that Surf ain't outside just standing on the corner with the gang members, or, you know what I mean, like hanging with the dickheads and shit, or being a dickhead. You feel me? I think it's at a point where I'm at a level where it's like I can be targeted, I can be followed, harassed, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be. And anybody that know, you know what I mean, like the things that like life has put me through and stuff like that, I may have to be a certain type of way or move a certain type of way. That don't always mean that a nigga out ripping and running on some dumb shit. You know what I mean? That's first and foremost. So, you don't really know the situation or somebody's situation to assume how a person should move or how a person could be moving. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I can't divulge too much into the situation. You know what I mean? You know, blogs gonna say what blogs say. Is that reality? You know what I mean? You know, fuck all that part of it. You know, it's real life. That's first and foremost. Now, to Summer Impact, to like enlighten some people on the way New Jersey work and stuff like that. Like, I know a lot of people don't go to jail. A lot of people like not into that type of lifestyle to even know what go on. There's no such thing as bail in New Jersey. You cannot bail out in New Jersey. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It don't matter who you are. It doesn't matter none of that shit. If you catch a felony charge, you cannot bail out. You have to go in front of a judge, period. So with you having to go in front of a judge, that automatically, that's time and dates. So you go in front of a judge. Let's say I go in front of a judge. I get locked up on a Wednesday. I won't see a judge in front of a video until Friday. It's totally up to that judge if he wants to let me go, depending on my rap sheet, depending on my, you know what I mean, my jacket, things like that. That's what you get judged off of if they want to let you go home in New Jersey. I don't care if you get into a regular fist fight. If the cops were to pull you over and that was an aggravated assault charge, they will hold you until a judge looked at your jacket and decided if they wanted to let you go. So with me catching my situation, whenever I caught my situation, that's 12 days. You know what I mean? 12 days of the unknowing of, so it's not, so as far as Surf wanting to battle, it's not up to Surf no more. It's not up to URL TV. It's up to a judge if I'm going to make it to, you know what I mean? If I'm going to make it to North Carolina or not. So while we sitting in this situation and I'm talking to Smack, I'm talking to Beasley, and I'm talking to URL, you know what I mean? Why would we, let's say I had a court hearing Thursday, the Thursday before, like it's Thursday, 7 days before battle or 8 days before battle, and it's totally up to a judge of whether or not I'm going to go home or not. Why would we put the culture in that situation to whereas the longer we wait, if I don't come home, then there's no battle at all? You know, and that would be selfish of me to say, oh, Smack, I think I'm coming home, or Beasley, I think I'm coming home. And then now if this judge doesn't let me go home, I compromise Hollow's bag, I compromise Loaded Lux's bag, I compromise my brother Tay-Rock's bag, period. You know what I mean? So now it's no, if I wait these extra 4 or 5 days to see what the judge says and he doesn't say what we want to hear, that's 5 days of, you know what I mean? Like that 5 days could change the whole, now we don't have a main event card at all. Now what? All because of that. Then I, like in my eyes, that would be selfish. You know what I mean? So like, granted, I'm blessed. Like I said, my lawyer's amazing. You know what I mean? My lawyer's good enough to get me out of them situations as far as talking to a judge, because again, you ask anybody that's actually into anything, it's no bail. You have your lawyer has to represent you, has to say, okay, well, Mr. Cox is talking to kids in school, Mr. Cox is doing, you know what I mean, like your lawyer, that's up to your lawyer's mouthpiece to whether you walk free or not. You know what I mean? So So I sit in my situation and I say, all right, well, I'm going to sit back and assume that this situation is going to work in my favor. If it don't work in my favor, it affects the whole culture in the wrong way already, you know what I mean? As opposed to me saying, well, what if we get a feeling and the show go on? I feel like that's like a smart, non-selfish situation. Decision as far as the situation goes. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, if I could get locked up Monday and there's a bail set and then I could be out Tuesday, the show could roll. And then the culture, everybody followed me. They watched me and Tay-Rock. We the first ones to do the whole muted boomerang and shit like that. We were doing that. Like, niggas knew me and Tay-Rock might have been the first people visually seen together as far as the cargo working. So it's not like we wasn't working towards whatever we were working towards. You know what I mean? 12 days is a big gap of lost preparation to prepare for Loaded Lux and Hollow to Don. Like, this is not anybody, you know what I mean? And I told the culture, like, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't step in front of it, like, and half-ass. And I don't think, like, I showed that with Geechee. Like, why would I even try and force it? I come home 4 days before Gnome. Now, let's go back to real life for a second. I mean, before Summer Impact. Let's go back to real life for a second. I have a daughter. I have a mother. I have a family. I have real life things that have to, you understand what I'm saying? Like, real life things that have to transpire for me to even get back into a worldly mode because of what did I just lose? I missed my show. You know what I mean? This battle shit going on. Like, I have business to handle before I could even think about a battle stage. You know what I mean? Why be selfish and try to force the issue to whereas now I put a lot of pressure on Rob. It's my brother. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's bigger than, like, I'm already locked in for my next situation. You know what I mean? Does the show still go on? Sometimes it's bigger than the night. You could lose a battle to win a war. You know what I mean? So, like, overall, it's not URL's fault. It's not Chess's fault. It's not Tay-Rock's fault. It's Surf's fault. You know what I mean? Everybody needs to blame Surf instead of like, oh, well, URL replaced it with Chess. Well, what if they didn't say anything? What if I didn't say anything to URL and then they find out whenever they find out? And I'm like, oh, no, the judge going to let me go to judge. And then he doesn't. So now, instead of them announcing that Chess will be the Saturday before you know what I mean? Like, let's say it's 5 days before they announced that Chess is going to be involved. The show's going on. If I tell them to wait that extra 6 or 7 days, now it's 4 days, 3 days before the battle, and they say, oh, by the way, Surf isn't going to be there and Chess is performing. That's selfish. It doesn't make, like, the end don't justify the means in that situation. You know what I mean? I know everybody wanted to see me. I was prepared. Like, I was prepared. I was ready. I was, you know what I mean? I was ready to get to it. You figure, even if you think about it, like, Lux and Hollow itself is a crazy entity, period. Like, why would I want to stop that? Do something that would stop that overall total when I still could give, like, that whole, I thought about all that, like, you still want to give that, like, that's something special. You feel me? Like, that's selfish of me to separate, like, to just break that down. You know what I mean? And then even if I was to come home, cool. They already took me and Tay-Rock. And then my situation happened, and Smack and Beasley have to almost talk them into a replacement battle. Like, nobody's thinking about the material that they got to recreate or redo. You know what I mean? And shit like that. What about what they have to do over? You feel me? For me to come home and just say, oh, no, I'm going to do it. And then they got to go back to, come on, like, that's fucking crazy. I mean, that's crazy. I think that don't make sense. You know what I mean? That don't make sense. That's not cool. Like, and then they don't want to do it at all. Then what? Now what's Summer Impact look like now? Surf, Lux, Hollow, and Tay-Rock not on it. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm in a real, like, it's life. You feel me? Life goes on. Like, I'm in a situation in real life. If we step outside of battle rap in real life, where I'm at a point where now I'm bigger than my environment. I'm bigger than, even if I'm 2, 3, 4 cities over where I'm born from. I mean, I'm bigger than my environment. So now, even in them 5, 6, 7 cities over, it's still face recognition with a state trooper, or face recognition with an undercover, or face recognition with, you understand what I'm saying? You get to a certain level to where a cop could just pinpoint your name with your face and your demeanor or whatever's, you know what I mean, spoken about you, or whatever's perceived about you. Then what? Like, how do I actually go to the mall or take my daughter to yada yada? Or, like, how do I start doing that when not only, like, the problems that you have whatever in the streets that you're trying to remove yourself from, but you go from that to now you riding past a cop and the cop like, oh, that's the kid that's. And then when you actually Google me, you know what I mean, like the same things that y'all love, battle rap. What do I talk about in battle rap? What do we promote in battle rap? What do we push in battle rap? So battle rap, my music and things like that, you know. So now you riding past that cop and that cop is like, hey, and now they want to put 2 and 2 together, put my lyrics together on my music, on my face with whatever they perceive of me, not knowing that I talk to kids or, you know what I mean, that I'm a role model to some people or some people look at me a certain way. You put yourself in, you know what I mean, it gets bigger than just the battle rap platform. You know what I mean? The battle rap platform, like, nobody wants to go through that. I don't understand why people would assume, like, I would want to go through that or want to be involved with that. You know what I mean? So, it's a tough situation.
Every time I see I see my own face. Is that my own hate? Or God trying to set my soul straight? You either in that movie or you watching it. None of this designer shit be feeling like accomplishment. Busy, got no time for shit. They ain't never been to these trenches. Why would they buy this shit? You gon' make a promise, please honor it. Groupie bitches fucking cause astonishment. Whole different creed, some Adonis shit. Leaving off this earth will make my mama sick. They don't sponsor this music, they can't endorse this. I'm gonna let somebody kill.